That will be echoed by all the drivers here. Have a look at the points after two. Frankie Wayman Jr. leads at 148. A tie for second, Rodney Wood and Bryce Penn. Wayne Hemme in there as well. So too the defending champion, Calvin Gray. So it'll be all on for young and old in heat number 3. And something that's going to be important will be the grid draw. On pole position, it will be Jeff James, third last year in the championship. Then alongside him, it will be Dale Ewers on grid position 2. In 3 on the second row, it'll be Simon Joblin. And alongside of him, it will be Shane Penn. Grid position number 5, well, that will be Bryce Williams, car number 41. And in 6, it will be Brendan Rowlands. Watch for Brendan because he is definitely in the points chase. Grid position 7, it will be Sean Pearson. And in 8, it will be Blair Neal. But all the heavy hitters, all the points getters, watch for them. Watch for number 121, and that is Bryce Penn. He starts from grid position number 18. Rodney Wood, where does Rodney Wood start from? I can tell you that Frankie Wayman will start from grid position number 21 and Rodney Wood will start from 15. This is it, the final heat of the New Zealand Trailers New Zealand Stockcar Championships for 2005. It's the 40th anniversary. As I said earlier, in the first go round it was an all Palmerston North sweep. Let's see what's going to happen. The Englishman is on pole. I can tell you, talking to Scott Myers, he said he ain't going to win it. So the stage is set. What will we see here? Jeff James looking to assert his dominance early on. Watch too for this man, Rodney Wood. And can you believe it? He's taped the rear of the car. Have a look at the other side of the car when you get the chance. He's put black tape all over it, and he's done that so he's not recognisable. So he's not an easy target. Well, it's a ploy that Wayne Hemme used a couple of seasons ago, and it worked. Will it work for Rodney Wood? Because he is up there in the points, currently second. Watch too for number 55, Frankie Wayman Jr. from the United Kingdom. Oh, and Wood already starting to get a bit of a touch, and the red lights come on, so we've got problems on the racetrack. There is number 515 in the middle of your shot there. That is Stan Hickey. There too, Bryce Penn, number 121. Red lights are on, the flags are out, so there is a problem. The races are always stopped for safety. 37 there is Brendan Rowlands. He's got to be in with a sniff of this as well. Maybe looking at an outside chance of a podium position. Restart now, and away they go. And number 27 it is that gets away. And look who's going with him. That is car number 3, third in the title last year. That is Jeff James. Watch too for 37 Rowlands, he'll be there, so too Simon Joblin. Just got a glimpse of Rodney Wood trying to make his way through this traffic. It's going to be a bit of hard work at the moment. Oh, and he gets very, very sideways, but he brings it back. Number 8 lines him up, but it doesn't happen for him. That was Scott Myers. So Rodney Wood survives another one. He's never won the title. He's been in this spot many, many times, but he's never stood on the top step. He gets into the side of Jeff James. Joblin comes again at him and spins him round. And Myers goes in for the kill, but it doesn't quite get there. And dodging through it all was Frankie Wayman Jr. from England. And there he is, and also Stan Hickey. So, are we going to see the Englishman win the title? That'll be history in itself. 74 going through there. Maybe an outside chance of upsetting the apple cart. That's Neil McCord. Through the gap goes Brendan Rowlands. A couple go off onto the infield. I don't think they're contenders. One of them was number 5P, and he has been a bit of a spoiler all night. That was Bruce Ward. So we're watching number 51. This is Rodney Wood. Now, he was second going into the points, but, well, he's a little further down through the field at the moment. He's currently in about 8th or 9th spot, and he needs to be a whole lot further than that if he wants to be on the podium. And I think some of the Palmerston North cars may be lying in wait for the heavily disguised Rodney Wood. 37, Brendan Rowlands is the race leader at the moment. Coming up on Scott Myers, just slowing down the proceedings a wee bit. One of the veterans from Palmerston North, trying to tangle with Frankie Wayman Jr., but the Englishman's got 9 lives. He gets away from that one as well. Now Rowlands looks to set him up as they work down through the inside groove, down past the big crowd here. Oh, and they avoid the stranded car, but Wayman it is on the challenge at the moment. This is the battle for first and second, and the Englishman has hit the front. Are we going to see the Englishman win the title? Not if Brendan Rowlands has got anything to do about it. The 37 car sits in second place. In behind them in third, it looks like it still may be Gary Trotter. So we keep an eye on him. There is Calvin Gray. He's not out of it yet. There is 61 Trotter. And number 121 comes into the reckoning as well. And that is another one of the veterans from Palmerston North. And that is Bryce Penn. This is the battle at the front of the field. Scott Myers said the Pom wouldn't win the title. What's going to happen here? 55R running out of Rotorua when he stays with Stan Hickey. Frank Wainman Jr. Behind him it is 37 Brendan Rowlands. Up ahead of them, lap traffic, but they all pose a little bit of a threat. Shane Penn may be the danger man for the Englishman. Oh, he tries to send him into the concrete. It doesn't work. Wainman gets away with it again and powers away. The Ford working marvels, and he stays in the front. They come at him from every side, and he gets away every time. Calvin Gray rubs the fence, and that's all it takes to spin him round. So maybe Calvin Gray's championship hopes are gone. The GRD sponsored One New Zealand, the defending champion. It was always a long shot that he'd do it. Here's Wainman, though. He's got 9 lives. He's charmed. Wainman in the front, and Jared Wade fixes him up. And will that be an end of the Englishman? Jared Wade just drives the English car straight into the concrete. And I think Kim Lace might have helped Frankie Wainman then, because that extra impact has turned the Englishman's car around. And can you believe it? He is still going. There he is. The likeable Pom from Yorkshire in the action again. Look at this. Jared Wade running interference on the Englishman for a second time. He lines him up again. Oh, and this time he might have struck the fatal blow. Look at the right front on Wainman's car. Into the concrete he goes. They're not leaving him alone. Have a look at this on the replay. Is this the biggest hit you've seen all season? But what about the escape act from Wainman? Somehow he gets out of this. I thought they were going to throw on the red lights. They didn't. He kept going. And there it is from a different angle. How lucky he was not to go on the lid. You see the head buffeted round in the cockpit. That was the hit from hell. Back to the live action. Rowlands in the front, checkered flag. He wins the battle. He won't win the war, but I think the man behind him will. The crowd will go nuts when they announce this. Bryce Penn has been in this game for the best part of 30 years. He's been trying to win the national title for 27, and I think he might have done it. And still they try and stop the Pom. This time it is Shane Penn, and he's done it. The checkered flag has fallen. These guys don't know when it's over. Aggression aplenty on the racetrack. There is Brendan Rowlands. He gets the checkered flag, but this man has got the crowd standing on their feet. This is one of the veterans of the sport, Bryce Penn. Frankie, you said to us you were going to have a huge target on your back, and that's how it turned out.
It is.
What was that ride like?
It was fast, and I didn't have a clue where I were going at the end. I missed a few early on and got through, and I was there right till the end, about 2 laps to go, and Jared Wade just took me in the wall, took me up high, just kept me foot in it, got going again from that, and then Shane Penn took me out, so it was an awesome ride.
You always knew it was going to be hard. Did it live up to its reputation?
Yeah, you know, it was against us going up against a whole pack of Palmerston cars, you know, they were a whole squad, so we had a teams race against Palmerston cars. Thanks to some of the guys that helped me out. There's guys there looking after me, getting into some of their block cars, which helped us somewhat, so that was good. That helped get us there.
So the New Zealand Trailers Stockcar Championship falls to Bryce Penn after 27 years of trying. In second place it is Rodney Wood, and in third place Brendan Rowlands. In fourth it was Stan Hickey, and behind him it was Gary Trotter, Jeff James and Neil McCord. Bryce, you said you'd be chasing this for 27 years. How does it feel?
Bloody good. Absolutely wonderful.
Did you have an idea with a few to go?
Yeah, I knew where I was. I knew exactly where I was in the race and who was passing and who was chasing, and I was watching real hard. I didn't have to pass Brendan Rowlands. I knew if I just sat behind him, things were happening. I was watching my tail, and all the Palmy guys were helping. Without their help, we wouldn't have made it. I'm sure we wouldn't have made it, but we appreciate all their help, and I'm glad I've done it for them.
Scott Myers said to us just before this last heat that the Englishman wouldn't win the title.
Oh, I'm glad he said that. You know, Frankie's a good driver and he's hard to stop and he's really fast. So, you know, this is just unbelievable. It hasn't sunk in yet, but we're going to party tonight. Well, we're going to party tonight.